Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. For today's video, I'm going to showcase 12 beautiful Hoyas that are currently on top of my favorites list at the minute. And I'm very much excited to show them to you guys. So without further ado, let's look at some beautiful Hoyas. So this is in no particular order because it's hard enough to pick these plants, and it's definitely is going to be very hard to rank them also because they have different looks, they have different characteristics sometimes, and yeah, I love them all the same. So number one is, I might as well show you this one that is in our thumbnail because I I am very surprised with this plant because when I received this plant, it was rehabbing in water, but when I brought it home and put it in the cabinet, I noticed a little bit of like glue texture or slime surrounding the roots, the water roots that it had. So that freaked me out a little bit, and so I've decided to put it in fluval stratum, straight fluval stratum, and at the same time I added a wick rope at the bottom, as you can see there, with reservoir. Not only did it root for me, but it also pushed this beautiful bloom. I am so shook. I cannot believe. I was hoping for it to just stay alive for me because this has been such a wish list plant for me. I don't know, but I do love my huge ginormous plump leaves. It just gets me every time. I find it so incredible that it even exists. Like, this is, how is this even real? Now it's popping out these two new leaves as well, which is even more exciting. Is it going to size up like this mother leaf right here? I don't know. I hope so because it's already in the trellis. I definitely put it in the trellis right away from the cutting because it needed support. And I have it in this glass vessel. This glass vessel is from Dollar Tree. I get pretty much all of my glass vessels from Dollar Tree, and yeah, because they're cheap and aesthetic, and it serves its purpose for me, for what I need, so I can easily see how, if they need water or not. So yeah, the first plant, I forgot to even say the name, but this is Hoya CV Elephant, or AH027, if I'm not mistaken. Gorgeous plant. I cannot smell anything right now. I haven't smelled anything. I tried last night. I didn't smell anything as well. So we're gonna keep trying to find out what is the scent of this flower, or maybe it doesn't have a scent, but yeah, I don't mind at all. I bought this for its foliage and it's given me flower and a couple more foliages. Wonderful. I'm very grateful. I got this from Anne. Thank you so much. Check out your plant. Is very happy. Thank you. First plant, elephant, Hoya CV Elephant. Okay, the next one also is because of its bloom. This is my Hoya Mirabilis, and I'm not sure if it's a splash. It has some splashing, a little splashing on its leaves, and also the leaves varies in sizes. There's teeny tiny small leaves looking like that, and then there is also a extra long leaf like that. So I don't know what caused that to happen because it's staying in the cabinet in the same spot for the last 2 years. And as a matter of fact, in the same pot, in this little succulent pot. This is a succulent pot, and it's grown some roots in the reservoir, as you can see. But I mean, I guess it's happy. It's given its first bloom after 2 years. And check it out. It has a fuzzy top. Oh my god, this bloom is incredible. The leaves are very mediocre, and I got this very, very cheaply. I think like $5 or something locally, and I think it was just like an add-on to my Hoya, to something else that I purchased from the seller. It's so beautiful, and it smells like freshly mowed lawn with a hint of honey. Like, it's a sweet grassy note to it. So it's weird, but it's good. It's very, very pleasant in my opinion. So once again, number 2 is the Hoya Mirabilis. Next one is my Hoya Wilbur Graves. This is the China version, or at least I got it as a China version. I don't know exactly how it is different with the Russia version apart from the place. But my goodness, this plant has been very exciting so far for me, and I have almost killed this plant. I've rotted its main root system, and I chopped it down and planted it all in one pot and rooted it that way. So that's why it is so bushy right now. There's probably at least 10 stems. I love the contrast on the silver and the leaves. And also, the new leaves has darker petioles, which makes it even more beautiful in my opinion because it emphasizes the silver coloring. I love that. The silver splashes can turn pinkish as well. I have my Wilbur Graves Russia, that is very, very pink. Actually, I'm gonna go get it right here. So this is my Wilbur Graves Russia. As you can see, it's purple and it stayed purple. This is very close to a 10-watt Barina light on top of it, and that's because I've been trying to grow this one. This started with 2 nodes cuttings that I separated, and I'm trying to have a bushy pot now. So it's been very slow compared to the China, but my goodness, I cannot with these colors. So freaking gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. So beautiful. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't wait to have a bushy plant of that. I'm sorry, I know it's not in the list. That was a bonus. But back to the Wilbur Graves China. Look at her, my love. Oh my gosh. This was the original peduncle from when it bloomed for the first time under my care. And look at that set of roots. It's looking like it's almost ready for another up part. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait though. I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother it right now. It seems like it's very happy. It is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wilbur Graves, man. They are very cheap now if you don't have it in your collection. I think now is a very, very good time to snag them. You should be able to get one for 20 bucks now. At least, where I live, that's about the price you can get them now here. Next one is, this is my Hoya lacunosa, a Sami clone one, and this one has not stopped blooming for me. This is at the very end of this bloom right here, but I've had 5 different blooms all at once at one point during this season since the beginning of spring, actually. And this plant started just as a cutting, one stem cutting, and I got this from Sam's Hoyas over at Instagram during his story purge. Oh my lord, so fast. This one branched out like crazy, and I love my other lacunosas as well, but they're not as, this is just insanely fast in my opinion, that you don't need to prop it to get to this point. I've only had this not even a year. Yeah. And it just branches, it kept branching out, and at the same time it's full from the top. It sits in the cabinet in front of a 10-watt Barina light, and it's, yeah, it loves it in there. And I had this in pond in the beginning. I rooted it in pond, and it's heavily rooted in the reservoir now with algae ridden reservoir actually. So this is one problem that you will encounter when you're growing in clear vessels like this with the reservoir. But that's okay. That doesn't bother me because you see, this is what you see normally. We can't even see that. It's just for maintenance purposes, and it's still pretty aesthetic in my opinion. And once again, this is another Dollar Tree find. If you have Dollar Tree or something similar, thrift stores, that's where I get most of my vessel because, like I said, it's very cheap that way. Hoya lacunosa Asami clone 1. What number are we? 4. That's 4th. Number 5 is very new to my collection. I got this over at Palm Street. I'm not sure exactly which one. I know there's not much in here. I got this as unrooted cutting. And this is, by the way, Hoya Andul Red something. I don't know, but my goodness, the new leaves are definitely red. Wow. And I have it rooting in fluval stratum, but half of it is pond actually, because I want to have a reservoir here to keep the fluval stratum from drying up so quickly. And at the same time, I want it to root to pond so that I can easily transfer it to pond when I repot it, when it's time to upgrade and put a trellis, which is going to be soon, by the way, because this tendril is not going to grow any leaves if it's supported. So that's the next step. I'm just waiting for these 2 leaves to fully expand and harden for me, and then I'm going to repot this into its new pot and trellis. Yeah. Hoya Undulata, very beautiful. I used to have a bigger one that I've imported but killed. That's why this is worth a second shot in my opinion, because I gotta have that. I love that. This plant right here, oh my gosh. I got this as a cutting again from Anne. I guess this is since last June, I believe. This is coming up for a whole year actually. I didn't even realize that. It feels like yesterday, to be honest. But my goodness, I got this with 3 leaves, this being the main mother leaf right here. And oh my goodness, I have propagated this straight to pond. And by the way, propagating straight to pond, I find is the easiest, and it has not failed me yet. I have 100% success propagating my plants straight to pond And the key is to add water, a lot of water. Think about it like you're propagating in water and you just have pond in there. So the same principle. The stem has to be touching the water, and the more stem touching the water, the more roots you're gonna get. So, and that also means more stability and more growth. And yeah, it's the easiest transition because you never have to touch it again if you propagate in pond. And I do have a video about that if you want to see it up close. And this foliage is beyond how I can explain it in words. Look at it. The contrast on the silver leaves and the foliage on the green is incredible. Oh my god, this Hoya is always on my favorite Hoyas. If you noticed, if you've been here and you've been watching my Hoyas, you must notice that this currently is a mainstay on my favorites list, and that it hasn't even flowered for me yet, but I am just fascinated with how the speckles and how it's consistent as well. Oh my goodness. I cannot stress it enough how beautiful this plant is just on its having the leaves, and how fast and easy grower it is for me. So gorgeous. Hoya carnosa freckle splash. And then speaking of foliage, here's another foliage favorite of mine. Oh my god, and this is the Clemen Shorum. I got this from Sam's Hoyas once again as a two-leaf cutting right here on the bottom, and this is how they came basically. And I think they call it Clemen Shorum Green Splash. I don't know if it's a true name for this, but it's a Clemen Shorum variety, and the splashes turns pink when it is close to the Barina lights, which is where it's under in my Millsbow cabinet. And another fast grower over here. This is burn. This is from being like touching the Barina light already before I trellised it. And now we have a new leaf right there that is about to come, hopefully form. But my goodness, the texture and the veining on this leaf is wow. I will always be a Hoya fan because of all these varieties that they have, you know. Unlike the other genuses, Hoyas actually have more than 500 different species not if I'm not mistaken. And my goodness, I'm not planning to have them all obviously, but I would like to see them in person at least on somebody's collection maybe. But yeah, I'm still buying Hoyas. I'm definitely not stopping anytime soon. And I did acquire a few cuttings as well that are brewing in the cabinet that I haven't showed you guys yet. So wait for that sometime in the future when there is enough movement, when growth, to show. And then we have, okay, I've done all the ones on this table. What number are we? I am lost with 8. This is Hoya number 8, and this is again from Anne. Oh my god, Anne, I just have so many plants from you, and I am glad because they are actually the fastest grower in my collection. And I don't know what you did with them. They must have a lot of sunlight and a lot of love from you because they are just thriving in my collection. This one started with these 2 bottom leaves, and are bleached because they started with highlight, and that's how I propagate or grow my small plants initially, is to blast it with lots of light so grow fast and root fast, and then you slowly pull it back. If you see something like this, it means that it does not need all that light. Pull it back a little bit. So now this is in a much lesser light than it was. This is its first bloom, I believe, as well. And this one, hold on, let me see if you can see close, if I can get it closer to you guys. It's got some fuzzy petals, and oh my lord, hold on, I think I see aphids in there.
No, no, get out of here. No, no. Wow. Ugh. Damn. Get out of my flower. So rude. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it's gone. Nope, there's another one. Yeah, so that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. This is very dangerous. This.
No, but still is beautiful. Aphids is manageable. I already added systemic granules in the reservoir, so it should take care of it soon enough. So yeah. Okay, another way to treat aphids is just to spray them down with water, cause or with neem oil, and water usually is just fine because they're very easy to knock off. They don't like cling into the stems like, or into the leaves, just like mealy bugs do. It's not that bad. So yeah. Pests don't bother me as much as it used to anymore. They're just, I've accepted that it's part of having plants indoors, and as long as it's not an infestation, I don't really mind them. So I've accepted that, and it just makes plant care life a lot easier and forgiving, you know. So it's supposed to be fun, so don't get bothered by pests as long as you take care of it, isolate it. It's all about getting them under control. So, and if you have healthy plants, they should be able to fight back and not stress off easily. You know what I mean? Next is, of course, this plant, Hoya variegata, another plant that is that is very much staple in my favorites, in my Hoya favorites, because we go way back, and the beauty that it is giving right now is beyond comparison, in my opinion. So just starting from like 5 or 6 little tiny leaves into a full bouquet, basically, of beautiful, really cute leaves and colors. This one doesn't have very much high pink currently because I have taken it outside of the cabinet. It now lives right here in ambient, and it's thriving. Yeah, very, very cool. Hoya Hoyskeliana, classic Hoya favorite of mine, and I highly, highly recommend. I'm actually looking for the outer variegation, and I don't have it in my collection yet, and it's definitely in the wish list. And yeah, I just, I'm not in a rush. If it comes, it comes. If I come across it, and I will definitely grab it. But I'm also looking for something on the bushy side now that they're a lot cheaper too. So yeah. Next, who's next? Oh yeah, this one. Oh my gosh. No, I almost pulled something. Okay, this one is another very speedy, very, sorry. Sorry, I just kicked your stand. Okay, this is my Hoya Angleriana, and talking about fast grower as well. This plant started with one, there is one plant in here, one stem, and look at how much growth it has, how much leaves it has. I have given this low to medium lighting. That's why the internodal spaces are quite far from each other, but I don't mind it at all. I have moved this under my Highland Soltec Highland track light, and oh my gosh, look at all this growth from the top that it has given me since then. I cannot wait. This is about to get even bushier. Oh my gosh. So all this is gonna grow and it's gonna flow like, oh my god. Again, in a Dollar Tree vessel. It's quite heavy. It's not gonna, it's supported. So it needs something that is going to hold its weight so won't like topple over. You know what I mean? So yeah, Hoya Angleriana. Very, very easy plant. Very whimsical. Very nice texture. Look at those little leaves. Super duper cute. I highly recommend 100%. I think I got mine for like $8 back in the day. It has to be cheaper now too. So, so beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. Right? Yeah, Hoya Angleriana. This next one started as a single node cutting as well. This is my Hoya Thomsonii Splash, but look at it. Look at it closely. It is silver. It's turning into a silver form. Oh my gosh. I am so, so in love. Look at that. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm not mad. I'm just so, so surprised. Like, wow. I love the regular Thomsonii. It didn't make it because because of this guy. Didn't make it into this favorite, but I still love it. I figured I'd show this one for a change as well because it has grown. My goodness. Wow. And a lot of the new growth are silver. Wow. So cool. Look at that. Very, very cool. Wow. I don't know if there is a silver variety of this, and well, we won't be buying that either because this is pretty silver for me. I should probably propagate this one and maybe get more full plant. Wow. Wow, it is so, so gorgeous. It's got fuzzy, fuzzy leaves, especially on the back. It's very petable. So, so cool. And my daughter has been petting this as well. I let her pet my pet my leaves sometimes when there is a good texture to pet, trying to train my little 3-year-old to maybe inherit my plant craziness. I don't know if I want that, but somebody's got to take care of these plants, right? Eventually. But my goodness. Hoya Thomsonii Splash. Such a very, very cool foliage, fuzzy and petable. If you like that kind of foliage, then this is a stunner. Yeah, highly recommend. Another easy, super chill Hoya. Just sits and grow, right? And then last and definitely not the least, I might have to back you guys up, but holy cow, look at this. This is my Hoya Bella bouquet of three. There are three different Bellas in here. Look, you can't see me anymore. This totally hides me. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. So there are three different varieties in here, all bloomed for me this year. And Lida Bowie, the one with the inner variegation, has already bloomed for me last year. But since moving them all together in one pot, and that is just because I want to keep them all, and they all started as very small cuttings, and I wanted a bushier pot faster. That's why I put them all in the same pot, and I'm so glad I did because they seem to like it. I've had troubles in the beginning with this Hoyas dropping its leaves. Oh my god. I couldn't figure out whether it wanted higher light or lower light, but I since then put it in ambient on the very top shelf with the Highland Soltic light beaming on it, and it is just living its best life. I think it has bloomed so much, so much for me, and there's still a lot left, and there's still peduncles that are budding. We still have buds, so it ain't stopping anytime soon. So, good gracious, look at how gorgeous this plant and bushy it is. Wow. Very fascinating. Look at that. My goodness, I am such a proud mama. I think the key is consistency with this plant, and it's in pond and in a glass vessel once again. It is very well rooted in the reservoir, but it does not mind it. It's still growing, so I'm not gonna bother it at all. I'm just gonna leave it alone. This is probably going to be its permanent spot. This is probably going to be its final spot just because I'm scared to touch it. I'm scared to kill it. I'm scared to stress it out because it's finally reached the point that I want it to be. There it is, and there you have it, you guys. My basically 13 that I showed you. Beautiful favorite Hoyas currently at this time. I'm not gonna say of this month because, like I said, it changes every single day. Basically, there's always something new to look at. They have to be extra beautiful to make it to this favorites video because the competition is very hard if there are so many plants. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Hoyas as much as I did. I forgot how much I love talking about favorites videos because that's just talking about the most beautiful plants that you have in your collection. So what's not to love about that? And I'm gonna try to do this more often and with other genus as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!